Ruben Amorim is the new Manchester United manager, but before we delve into the tactical side of his game, I think it's worth mentioning a few key points. First and foremost, United are looking to build a younger squad nowadays. This summer that's just gone, they haven't signed a single player over the age of 25. And this man right here has a perfect track record at developing young players. Gonçalo Inácio, Trincao, Matías Nunes, Manuel Ugarte, Pedro Porro have all developed their game under the Portuguese. And although he's a very young and inexperienced manager, he knows how to win trophies. He's already won 5 at Sporting, and that certainly does bode well for United fans.
For sure.
Because yes, they're not getting a manager who has a proven track record of winning trophies at various clubs, but at least they're not getting in someone who has never won a trophy at all. And on top of that, his current Sporting side is still performing at a top level, with them yet to taste defeat in the league this season, winning 9 out of 9. And this consistency has been a theme throughout his tenure, with Amorim achieving a 71% win rate since joining in January 2021, and he's averaged a more than respectable 2.3 points per game. But anyway, Harv, let's delve into how he's managed to generate this success at Sporting and how it can possibly be transferred into this toxic Manchester United environment.
Starting off with Amorim's philosophy, the Portuguese love to dominate possession and play on the front foot, creating many chances and in turn an abundance of goals scored.
Exactly.
And setting up in a back three is a key factor to this, as he aims to create space for his wing-backs, and this is achieved by the wingers alternating when to drop deep alongside the midfield too to draw in the opposition's wide players, thus creating space for the wing-backs who actually play as out-and-out wingers. An example of this is Sporting's opening goal in their 2-0 victory over Sturm Graz, where we see Trincao drop deep, dragging the opposition fullback with him, and as you can see, the winger forms a 3-man midfield as a result of this. This then opens up space on Sporting's right-hand side for Catamo to exploit, in which he does perfectly, receiving a pinpoint pass from his teammate, and Sporting then go on to score from this moment onwards.
And when set up in a defensive shape, Amorim will have one of his wingers drifting into the centre to create a midfield 3 while the other winger will be pressing the opponent. And another reason why the wingers stay narrow is so they can link up with Gyökeres, and if they're unable to create chances from out wide, this becomes a very crucial aspect to their game. And we definitely could see something like this implemented at United through the use of Rasmus Hojlund, because he has a very similar profile to Gyökeres and he is great at linking up with the players in the attacking line.
But also Amorim enables his wingers a lot of freedom when carrying out this tactic, because when the two wingers do drift into the midfield, not only do they create space for the two wing-backs, as we mentioned earlier, they are also able to exploit space in the central areas left by opponents if the opposition do look to halt Sporting's attacking threats out wide. Trincao is a great example on how this is utilised if we look at Sporting's 6-1 win against Nacional, where as you can see the winger drifts in narrowly, catching the opposition off guard, and as a result of this he looks to exploit the open space left by the opponents, and he picks up the ball in this region and goes on to score from this opportunity.
Although we do see Amorim Sporting go direct to their target man if they win a quick turnover in possession. A fantastic example of this was portrayed in Sporting's 5-0 victory over Faranese, where we see the Sporting players swarm the opposition, not giving them any time on the ball, with almost a 4v1 in the situation. And when they do win the ball back, we see a direct pass played into Gyökeres' feet at speed, allowing him to turn on the ball, finding himself in a 1v1 with the opposing defender, and he eventually finds the back of the net with a great finish. And once again, another reason as to why Rasmus Hojlund can excel under Ruben Amorim, because he does have a similar profile to Gyökeres, as we touched upon earlier. Yes, not quite at the same level at the moment, but due to Amorim's track record of developing young players, he could certainly turn into a top-level striker, well, in due time.
For sure.
Now, how will Amorim's setup transfer over to Manchester United? Well, we will see a back three of Martinez, De Ligt and Lenny Yoro, although due to Yoro's injury at the moment, we could see Lindelof in that situation, and at the start of his tenure as well, we could see Dalot and Mazraoui take up the 2 wing-back positions. The midfield 2 of Ugarte and Mainu will combine, providing the energy needed in that department for an Amorim system to flourish. Mainu has the ability to push forward and offer great service in attack, while Ugarte is able to cover the ground defensively. And I think the front 3 will be made up of Rashford, Hojlund and Bruno Fernandes. And due to how important the wingers are in Amorim's system, which we discussed earlier, we may see Bruno Fernandes find himself in the same role that Trincao takes up at Sporting, drifting inside to become that creative outlet in midfield. And as we touched upon earlier, the wing-backs of Dalot and Mazraoui will pick themselves, because United are very light in that department amid the lack of depth in those positions and Shaw's injury issues.
Although this lack of depth in the fullback positions may cause Amorim to tweak his system just slightly into a back four out of possession, where we see Martinez implemented as a left back, but on the ball the system will still be very similar, and I believe there's a good chance that the Portuguese may eventually use this system because of the strength it holds. So in this system, when in possession, United will still continue with the back 3 made up of Martinez, De Ligt and Yoro, while Dalot pushes up the pitch as that option out wide, which there's no change there. But instead of Mazraoui taking up that wide left position, we see Marcus Rashford. Not only does this give United more of a benefit using the flanks when on the front foot, but it also allows Fernandes to still take up a spot in the midfield and become that creative focus point for attacks, which Amorim desires. This system also makes way for Amad Diallo, who wasn't able to show his talent under Ten Hag due to a severe lack of game time, but I have a big feeling he'll be able to feature more under Ruben Amorim. Also, having 4 players in the central areas will create an overload, which can certainly help United's midfield problem that we consistently saw under Erik ten Hag.
But comment down below how you think Amorim will do. Do you think he will achieve more than Ten Hag did in his Man United tenure? Or do you think he would just be another flop? Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button and the subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one.